It is with great pleasure that we welcome Marina Rivera from the class of 2012. Marina graduated from St. Andrews in Scotland with a degree in international relations, of course, with honors. She has experience interning at the U.S. Department of State, both with the U.S. Embassy in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and with the Yemen Affairs Unit. Currently, she is employed at the Headquarters Security Office at NATO's Strategic Command in Casto, Belgium. Marina assists with military planning, force protection, anti-terrorism, and the standardization of operating procedures at NATO. She really is a peaceful person. Marina is passionate about international affairs, defense policy, and national security. Marina, when she was a student at Waldron Mercy, participated in the Model UN program with the World Affairs Council and was a member of the Student Congress at forensics competitions. Also, she is fluent not only in English, but also Spanish. It is an honor to welcome Marina.
Hi, I'm Isabella Arias. I'm an eighth grader at Waldron, and I've been at Waldron since I was 3 in Montessori.
Hi, my name's Khalif Wardlaw. I'm in eighth grade too, and I came to Waldron in third grade with my twin sister. So welcome, Miss Rivera.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you both. I'm Marina. I came to Waldron in the fifth grade in 2008, and I left in 2012.
What are some highlights of your time here?
Sure. A few of my highlights, I remember always being in the musicals, which was always a lot of fun. I haven't done any kind of musical theater activity before or after that, but they were always a highlight. And then I also played softball for the 4 years I was at Waldron. And if I recall correctly, we won the championship 3 years in a row. So that was always a lot of fun.
Is there a particular teacher or coach at WMA who inspired or influenced you? If so, in what way?
I credit Miss Flanagan a lot with kind of inspiring my career trajectory and personal growth. And I had started at Waldron in 2008, which was in the middle of the recession. So the public school I came from in Philadelphia had really limited resources. And I remember there were all these new and exciting clubs like Model UN and World Affairs Council, Forensics, Student Congress. And she really mentored us through that. And in the morning, she would greet us as global citizens. And I kind of feel like I've found myself on a lifelong journey to become a global citizen. But yeah, and then when I got to high school, I stuck with Model UN. And then when I got to college, I chose to study international affairs. And now that's really inspired my career and just, what I love.
What are some religious and outreach traditions that you remember, such as Thanksgiving baskets and Lenten projects?
I remember when we would pack hope lunches. I think that happened every month. And then I remember volunteering at the St. Columba shelter. And I also remember going to Hayes Manor.
Yeah, we've done some of those projects as well. When you think about outreach and service at WMA, what is one of your favorite memories?
I always really enjoyed going to Hayes Manor and just meeting the older residents. And I actually have one very fond memory of playing the piano. I think I had just learned how to play the ragtime song, The Entertainer. And I played that and it was just so fun. Everyone I thought was enjoying themselves. So that was always, that's definitely a highlight of mine.
How did the Mercy values instilled in you at Waldron affect who you are today, professionally or personally?
I think my greatest takeaways from my education at Waldron were gratitude and humility. And I think participating in outreach, community outreach, really was always a humbling experience. And it made you appreciate what you have and the privileges that we all have being Waldron students. So I think that has, I think a lot of people have a sense of entitlement, and I think that really grounds you. Like Waldron really was good at grounding its students and practicing how to be humble. And then, yeah, in my day-to-day job, empathy is really important, and just putting yourself in someone else's shoes before you jump to conclusions So I think I'm a very empathetic person because of kind of the mercy mindset and the values from Waldron.
Tell us about your experiences working in a global atmosphere and interacting with people of different cultures.
Sure. I believe I have lived in 4 countries now, and every single one of them presented challenges and opportunities. But I think I've always really thoroughly enjoyed learning about different cultures and meeting different people. And yeah, I think what I just touched on, just practicing empathy, and you become a better, happier person if you do that. And if you meet people that are from different backgrounds than you can kind of learn to employ different ways of thinking, and it makes you a better critical thinker, just a better person. So yeah, I really am an advocate that everyone should travel and just kind of break down some misconceptions that we hold.
It seems as though you devote some of your time to volunteering. Tell us about that.
Yeah, every volunteering experience I've had has really just been a feel good hobby. I mean, you always leave with a smile on your face. And so during the pandemic, I was really into running. I actually ran my first marathon with a mental health organization. But Philadelphia there's a great program that was founded called Back on My Feet, and it helps homeless men and women with stable housing, employment opportunities, and just gives them a sense of purpose, helps their physical health. So I started running with Back on My Feet, which was very rewarding. And then I moved to DC for work. And in DC, I was part of an organization called Girls on the Run. So I had a team of second grade girls, and we would do team building exercises. One of my favorites, we would go on a hopes and dreams run, and they would get paired up and talk about their ambitions and stuff. So that was really empowering. But yeah, I volunteering experiences have always been just really like rewarding and fun.
Yeah. How do you see yourself continuing to spread mercy in your lives and the lives of others?
I right now work in public service, which for me is kind of like almost like a calling to lead, and a calling or a mindset that you want to help the general welfare of society, or just make the world a better place in some capacity. So I think through my career, through a career in public service for that matter, I've committed myself to just making the world a bit of a better place. So I think that is, the values that I took away from Waldron are really like inspired my want to go into public service. And even right now where I work, the mission is all about, keeping the world safe, or controlling armed conflict. And for me, that's really an important mission, and I'm, a very small part of it, but it's been really rewarding. And I think everyone has integrity and a really strong drive to want to make the world a better place.
Yeah. Earlier you mentioned that you lived in 4 countries. What were those countries?
The US. And then I did my undergraduate degree in the UK. And then I lived in Saudi Arabia for a little over 4 months. And right now I'm actually living in Belgium.
That's cool.
So, what advice would you give to the current students at Waldron Mercy?
My advice, and one of my favorite things about Waldron, would be to just try everything. It probably drove my parents crazy, but I was part of like every activity, every club, because you really never know what's going to stick. And even if you're not a huge fan of something, it will have really, it will be invaluable in who you become later on, because, maybe because I did theater, I'm a more confident person, or, because I did Model UN, now I work for an international organization. Like, you just never know what's going to impact your life or how it's going to impact your life. And Waldron just has so many resources. So my advice would just to be really engaged, and participate in everything you can and take advantage of every opportunity.
Also, what are your experiences with NATO?
Yep. I started at NATO a few months ago. I was in a training role for a while, and now I'm moving into a more full-time position. But I work in the security office at the headquarters. So we are rewriting different security policies and kind of assist with the standard operating procedures across NATO's different bodies and facilities. So I'm rewriting a security directive essentially on different policies we have.
All right, well, thank you for your time here.
You're welcome. All right, see you guys. Good luck.
Thank you.